certainly, this is, of course, Tami, a Schedule 6 matter, and when you deal with a bail application at that level, you have to prove exceptional circumstances that would allow for these applicants to receive bail. And in essence, Advocate Peter Wilkins outlining how, this case has been handled poorly by the state, that there's been police assaults and brutality on the part of the state. And it's very interesting that this is a central theme that came from the defense, because you'll recall that it was actually applicant 1 in this matter, Khadebe, who'd implicated former health minister Dr. Ziyanda Ngcobo in this murder of Babita Deokaran. Of course, you'll know that she was a whistleblower in the Gauteng PPE matter, and she was gunned down outside her home on the 23rd of August. But to talk more about this is the NPA's Pindim Jonondwane. Thank you so much for your time. I think, one of the things that came out today is the way in which these statements from these 6 applicants came about. I'm curious to find out whether or not this will have any material impact then on their ability to get bail.
Well, as the state, we have argued here in court that the issues of credibility and admissibility of the statements tendered by the accused persons will be dealt with during trial. So currently at this stage, we're dealing with a bail application where they are before court seeking the court to release them on bail. So the issues of the confessions and how they were obtained, stuff like that, those are issues that the trial court will deal with. Currently, what they need to do is discharge their honors and present exceptional circumstances as required by offenses that fall within the ambit of Schedule 6.
One of the key issues which has led, of course, to the postponement of this matter is that applicant 3, there's no clarity on their citizenship. In fact, not only that, but across the board with most of the applicants, there was an issue of their residential addresses, which you'd know is an important factor as to consider when granting people bail, because the state needs to be able to find you should they need to do so. Why is it that this will take a week to be able to get the particulars of whether or not applicant 3 is a Zimbabwean citizen or not?
Well, unfortunately, the investigating officer did not give reasons as to why it will take that long, but has requested the court to allow him a week or so to conduct those investigations, obviously with the Department of Home Affairs. And the court acceded to his request, and hence the matter is postponed to the 9th of December.
All right, so next week, Tami, we'll probably get a better indication of whether or not these 6 applicants will be granted bail, whether or not applicant number 3 is indeed a South African citizen, but also pinning down then those addresses of the applicants. I think applicants 2, 3, and 6. 2, 3, 4, and 6, I should say, were actually apprehended in Rosettenville, but this is not their place of residence, but their places of work. And so the state raised concerns around this and whether or not they'd be able to find these applicants should the need arise. And of course, a Schedule 6 offense is the highest level at which you can be charged in terms of the gravity of the offenses that you face. And so at this stage, by next week, surely then we'll start getting the ball rolling in terms of whether or not they'll be granted bail and also start those pre-trial matters.
Ziyanda Ngcobo, thank you very much for that update. This is the case involving the murder of Babita Deokaran. That case back in the courts on the 9th of December.